Guys and Lisa back at you again today, and we're going to talk about the Philippine weather. And it is hot. Summertime gets hot at home, but it's wicked hot here all the time. I have this AC running in my room, and I run it 24/7. These people handle hot weather better than anybody in the world, as far as I know. Tricycle rider, he'll have long sleeves on.
Motorcycle.
Sweatshirts. They go to the beach, they'll probably wear long shirts. They don't want their skin real brown. Women at home want their skin real brown. Whatever. I personally like the brown. There's two seasons here. There's super hot, and then there's hot and rainy. Rainy season, it is torrential downpour, just like in the movie Forrest Gump. He says one day it started to rain, and it didn't stop for 6 months. That's true. But it's changed here a little bit the years I've been here. I think last year, every day just torrential rain. Every day. Like right now, it's sunny and hot out. But you don't know. Before the end of the day, a storm might blow through. And it isn't going to be a sprinkle. It's going to come down. It's going to come down hard. Have your umbrellas ready. But the lightning this year has been bad. I think 12 or 13 people have been struck by lightning over here. It's crazy. Lightning starts, get your umbrella down. Get inside. When it rains real hard like that, usually you'll stay at home. You're not going to go anywhere. If you're riding a tricycle, you're going to get wet. You're going to get soaked. If you're waiting in line in a van, you're going to get soaked. But I try to stay cool. I go out in this hot weather and I will drip sweat. I mean, it'll pour off of me. Look like I've been in the pool. I always have my trusty sweat towel. And I'll be the only one sweating. Everybody else acts like it's no big deal. And I'm just dripping wet with it. But what can you do? Drink a lot of water. Stay hydrated. And my son back home, he lives in a hot state. And I worry about him in this heat. I heard they're having really hot back home. So I hope he's staying hydrated. There'll be times when my body will just crave water here. Just crave it. But I like ice cold water. Mama, guys, she drinks warm water.
No, I'm not.
No, not me. Ice cold. Everything ice cold. But we bought one of those thermal flasks, and they are handy dandy. We take them with us just about everywhere. Put some ice in there, and that ice will last a long time. Also, you can't drink the tap water here. You have to buy your water. It doesn't really cost anything. It comes in a great big blue container. How much does that cost?
25 pesos.
No, 25 pesos.
Sometimes it's 20. Cents.
So it doesn't cost anything. But we have a water purifier. Where, we pour it in the top and it'll go through the filter and come down. Then we put it in the jug. So we're really not paying for any water. The rainy season starts about May. Give or take a little bit. Maybe end of May. I think it started a little bit earlier this year.
Yes.
And it ends, I believe, in October. I could be wrong. But everything's
Still,
give and take a little bit.
Yeah,
A couple weeks here, a couple weeks there. You don't know. But luckily, especially if you go to the beach, there's always a breeze almost. Especially at night. Always a breeze. But take your sunscreen. I mean, the sun here is intense. You go, and I'm red hair, geez. Redheads don't tan so well usually. And I go to the beach, I need that sunscreen. Because we went to a beach once and I literally looked like a lobster. I was burnt. Burnt. I peeled for 3 weeks. And Lisa, or Mama Guys, I'm not supposed to say her name.
You already say it.
Oh, yeah. But she can get tan too. She thinks she can't get tan, but she'll get tan lines and marks. But they buy all this skin whitening creams and soaps, and they want their skin to be whiter. Where if you're back home, the women, they want their skin to be darker. What's going on? I don't know. Like I said before, I like the darker myself.
They like to try being white because they usually, our skin was already tan or dark. That's why when
I think it,
our
they think
skin
it
was
makes
white,
them feel dirty or something.
we feel like more beautiful, right?
They think they're more beautiful if they're whiter.
Yeah.
This is not true. But whatever, you know. What makes you happy, go for it.
But for me, no whitening.
Lisa doesn't use the whitener, and I'm glad. I'm glad. A white Filipina looks Chinese. That's my opinion. I just don't find it attractive. But to each their own, you know. You gotta do what makes you happy. Like me sitting in this air conditioner. I don't know what I'd do without it. When I first came here, Lisa had an air conditioner, but man, there was dust all over, and I don't think that thing had been turned on in years.
Yeah, we didn't use
She had a wall fan. But the fan does better than you think.
Not wall
It
fan,
does.
a window type AC.
But you used the wall fan.
Yeah, wall fan or in pan.
Yeah. And the fans do better than you think. They really do help. But I got to have that AC. And we have the split type. Got to get it cleaned
Every 3 months.
every 3 months or so. And I think that's 1,500 pesos, basically $30. It's not that bad. But this thing does a good job. It kicks it out.
And you need to buy the inverter thing. That's, they said, more, you can save money, or the electric.
Yeah, the inverter thing. Because your biggest bill you're going to have here, other than rent, it's going to be your electric bill. And almost, not all, but almost all of our electric bill is almost from that air conditioner. We have a friend that their electric bill is 500 pesos a month. That's $10.
Yeah.
But they, simple life, man. They go get their food every day, they don't have the big fridge, they don't have an AC. They're only paying 500 pesos a month for an electric bill. Once, this is no lie, after the pandemic started, we got an $800 electric bill. $800!
For how many months?
Because they didn't take a meter reading 1 month. And the company just assumes that since everybody had to stay inside, everybody used 1,000 times more electricity, which wasn't true. But we couldn't find our old bill because I knew we didn't get a bill, so I'm thinking, well, I'm going to go ahead and pay that half of that anyway in the next bill I paid, so we was already half up. But when we couldn't find the electric bill, we had no proof. There was nothing we could do. We had to pay $800 electric bill. And guess what? That's a lot of money, We ain't the kind that's just got $800 sitting around to pay an electric bill. But through the kindness of this electric company, they let everybody just make extra payments on this huge bill. And everybody's bill
Installment.
had this. Yeah, installment. Oh, thank you, electric gods. And it was just a big bunch of crap. It really was. I mean, unbelievable. But what can you do?
No choice.
You got to pay it. That's it. And she does good with keeping the bills. She keeps all the bills together. And this one bill, we can't find.
Yeah, because
and it's
that time,
the big one. The big grande.
Because that time we have doing the big problem that year. The pandemic, the losses and everything.
Oh, everything was a mess.
Yeah,
It
that's
was a
why
mess.
we're not really organized where to find, where did I put and everything.
And
That's
we had
why.
moved. We've moved, 4 times in 6 years, I think.
Yeah.
So everything kind of shuffled around and everything, and talking about the pandemic, I don't know how bad it was back in the States, but here it was awful. I mean, you're talking military checkpoints. You got to have a pass to go out of your house. If you don't have the vaccine, you can't go in anywhere. So you pretty much have to have it, or you're not going to get in the bank, and you're not going to get McDonald's. You're not going to get in the mall. You're not getting in. That's the way it was. Luckily, that is in the past.
Then we do also
The lockdown was brutal.
the pantry that gives the people help also.
And everybody was hurting really bad over here. I mean, the minimum wage here is 500 pesos a day. That's $10
Something
a
a
day,
day, yeah.
not an hour, a day. Okay. So my wife and a couple of her friends, they started a food pantry to help these people out. We have pictures somewhere of the line and everything. They give them vegetables and rice and just whatever they could, give through donations and like that. And we do it at Christmas too. I dress up as Santa Claus and we give things out. Just trying to give back a little bit. And no, by no means are we rich. No, we're not.
We're
just simple people,
enough for us like that.
We have enough to give. We don't hurt for anything by any means, but we're just living simple life.
Yeah, we buy our things also, appliances. If it's expensive, we can get per installment because our what do you call this one? Our bills is already intact for a month. We already know how much we need to pay. It's all set every month.
And some of that, when I came, Lisa lived a really super simple life. Super simple. I mean, like I said, she wasn't using the AC. She did what she had to do. The people here can live on very little money. They know how to do it. Trust me. Her fridge was like a college fridge, one of those little bitty ones.
Yeah.
It was like you have in a college dorm. Well, and it was it was busted up and stuff. The microwave was blown up, and so I'm used to the big fridge and stuff.
Yeah,
we bought a
one.
big fridge, and we just did things one by one. Get one thing, then get another thing, pay it off, try to get another thing. Just trying not to get over our heads. I'm on a fixed income. I'm not going to get a raise, and I can't work here.
But we can still survive.
But we don't hurt for anything. We do okay.
We can still eat outside sometimes, but we cannot eat. We didn't really go from the really fancy restaurant just to do things, something like that. We just always go to the simple McDonald's or in the mall that just a fast food or something like that, right? But sometimes, especially occasionally, I just was thinking that if we're going to eat at the fancy restaurant, why we just make it cook in the house? That's why we can make it more and invite some friends and relatives, right?
Yeah. And let me tell you, when they cook here, especially if it's an occasion or something,
that's for the next
they're going to cook a lot because they're going to feed the neighborhood.
That's going to discuss next time.
Yeah. Now see, if you're thinking that costs a lot, it doesn't. It doesn't. We're going to talk about that the next time also, about how what I eat, what she eats, how all that works out. So remember to like, share, and subscribe, please. It's very much appreciated. Until next time.
Good and good.
Booyah!
Bye!